That's not a good sign right there. A pickaxe and a shovel. That don't sound like a fun day to race. All right, y'all. Good morning, good morning. Sunday morning. Toby's behind me in the other truck. We got some, well, we're gonna do things a little bit different. I'm gonna do a little bit of lawn stuff and wrap up, you know, we'll continue over there what I was doing yesterday. There's a lot of things I didn't really get to yesterday on the bamboo site because, well, there had a lot going on. You know, the septic system is the #1 issue over there. So today, hopefully today, I'd like to be able to use that Mini X on his property, you know, for a few things that I know that it'd be nice to get done over there, because I know the property. Well, I probably know the property better than anybody but the owner. So I can't think of anybody that would know the property better than I do. And I may even know some crooks and crannies that he don't, because he's just not out there on the actual ground out there. But he does do a lot of stuff around there, so he's pretty familiar. You know, the owner knows every crook and cranny too. We only got one mower on the other trailer. You know, I left skid steer over there at that job, so I'm not really concerned about well, I ain't concerned about a whole lot of nothing, man. So, but yeah, I'm thinking about some other shit, man. So it ain't a good time to do a video, y'all. Deuces. All right, so we got that mower full of fuel, and that's what I'm gonna be running that mower this morning over at one of the customers' house. Y'all been over there 100 times when we took the tree down. The thing about, you know, doing videos out here is once you've seen all the properties once or twice, it's kind of lame after that, man, really, because the properties don't really change. This is the property that I took that big pine tree down a month back or so, you know. So I'm so thankful and grateful that Toby is going to work this notice out with me. I think it's going to be okay. I feel a lot better about the whole situation, you know. And that's what it is. It's a situation, and it's a situation that you really have to embrace in order to come out on top. You know, I can't be mad at the world behind it, because that don't do no good. I could be, you know, Debbie Downer for a minute, and you know, I was, and you know, maybe a little bit still am. But you can't live in that. You gotta move on. And though I like Toby, and I think Toby will be back out here working on the weekends and stuff, because I pay good for what we do. And guys that know what the expectations are, like Toby does, and he can make good money with a guy like me because of the fact that well, he knows what the expectations are, and he knows how to get there in a timely fashion. And now with the new guy maybe coming out here or not, I don't know. Apparently the new guy, the young man that he knows, he's got his own lawn business, and he got 30-something accounts. But he told me on the phone the other day he needed more accounts. If you're a guy like me, you might be able to help him in that regard too. Some things are more valuable than money. So, not often, but sometimes, you know, if you're an up and coming and want to start your own gig, and you want to do this for a living, working with a guy like me and helping me out, not that I'm special, big, unique, or anything, but helping me out with a guy like me, the way I think and the way well, the way I remember when people do good for me, and I remember people that help me out. And you never know, if he comes out here, and he's more along the age line that I really need out here, man, you know, for any kind of long term. Yeah, I can't have somebody out here that's my age. I mean, I can, but you got to know that if they're any good, they're probably got too much life experience to work for me for very long. Not all the time, but you know, you got to be thinking like that. If you get a guy out here that is 25 and he ain't an idiot, now you know, that's the discord right there. Then and he's good and he can pay attention and he knows and he's doing his own gig, and he might be able to get some of the lawns that I'm going to drop at the end of the season. You know, I'm not opposed. I've done that before. I'm not opposed to doing that. So of course the customers I give him ain't going to be my ideal customer. They'll be, but when you're young in the game and you're trying to start out, you might be able to, you know, well, you need all the customers you can get. So my guy over there at Green Acres did a video about it yesterday. Big shout out to Green Acres over there. He does a pretty good bit of work. You know, he has a lot of properties just over time that he's built up. So and he's always having issues with labor too. This is not something, and I don't want to say issues, but it's a high turnover rate in this line of work. And even if you're paying good, I mean, I could have, and this is no lie, I was thinking about this the other day, I could have one of the biggest landscape outfits around, and them offer me a job making, you know, $100,000 a year, $130,000 a year, and I wouldn't take it. So that is the difference in me and some of the guys that have been out here. And in Toby's case, he's got a lot of experience in other jobs. So, you know, he worked the same job for 22 years. So that says a lot in itself, really. It'd be hard for him to turn down a job like that, you know, working for me, the unknown, and it is unknown. I never made no ifs, ands, or buts about that when me and him talked back in April. You know, there are some unknowns, but the risk is worth the reward if we can just make it, you know, the unknowns known. But some guys are not in a spot in their life where they can take a chance like that right now. He's not. You know, if he were, you know, didn't have 3 kids and didn't have all the responsibilities that he has, and he might be willing to roll the dice. See, these are all things that when you're doing a business like mine, that you must think about, especially if you're the owner and you are, you know, jumping out there and you got a family to feed. So, you know, you can't do what I do at the end of the day. I mean, you can try, but you're probably not gonna reap the benefits as fast as I do, because you got a lot you got to pay out. And not only that, but you got time that you have to spend with your kids that I don't. But I'm not even pulling a trailer today, so I'm just glad that, you know, that I got a notice, and I'm just glad that Toby and I are back on the same page as far as, you know, what the expectations are, and, you know, and I don't know, man, just help me get somebody trained. If he can help me do that for the next 2 weeks, his last day is the 16th, so that's 12 days from now. Not this Friday, but the next Friday. So I have 2 weeks. That means a whole rotation, and if we can get the other guy on just some of that, then that'd be great, you know. But back to what I'm saying. So, you know, everybody's not in a spot in life to where they can do that, and it ain't nothing personal, even though I take it personal. Anybody in business for themselves that's built a little business up, and they, you know, without any real outside help, and they just kind of did, you know, like I've done, you know, well, they well, you have to be in the right spot in life. And if you got little kids and you got folks in your ear, you know, and you used to working, you know, for the man, nothing wrong with working for the man. It just ain't for me. And but the man can provide security for a guy like Toby that I can't really, I can't do, right? So, you know, but you know, we would not do this yard right here until Tuesday. We're doing it today, Sunday morning. So he's got one mower with him, and I'm just gonna jump on that mower and cut the front real quick like she likes it. And that'll give him time to weed eat, and then from there, I'm just gonna dip and go on over to the bamboo site, which is right here. I mean, we're not, it ain't, yeah. I might have could have worked this a little bit different, but I just want to get this, I want to get this yard done and 3 more big ones. So, and Toby can do the other 3 pretty easy. They're mostly all mowing. Another reason why I like big properties, because there's not a lot of weed eating. This one right here is the most detailed. So that's why I only brought one mower. I'll jump on the mower real quick, cut the little piece that I always cut, and he can be doing what he normally does. And then when I'm done with the mower, he'll be done weed eating and shit. So, boy, that truck looks good. But apparently the young man that Toby's talking about, I sent him a message, and apparently Toby gave me the wrong number. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm fixing to text another number. That I got 2 numbers. Text another number and see. You never know. He might not. You know. You never know, man. He might not want to come out here, man. But I think Toby said he was 22 years old and he's been doing this for a while. So he probably knows enough. He probably knows enough. He should. But a lot of times, you know, people, they think they know a lot, and then you get out here with a guy like me or somebody else that's got a whole lot of experience and do things a certain way. All right, y'all. All right, so yeah, I just spent about 15 minutes there just to get things going. I'm headed back over here to the bamboo site now, where Chucky is and everything. One thing I love about having this Kubota, as opposed to you know, the T190, the Bobcat I had, and you know, of course, the Bobcat I had was older, is I don't have to have a key. So I don't have to keep up with the key. I love that. I can pull up and crank the machine, and that's something that's really I have really liked, because in my T190, it was so old, and you know, and the machine they're bumping and jumping and all that I broke it up. That one of the keys kept bending, and I had to buy another key, and you know, and then I was always having to make. I hope I got the key. You know, of course, I kept a spare key on my main key ring for the Bobcat, but still, this is one of the little things you don't have to think about. Anything you don't have to think about out here, and it ain't costing you a bunch of money, not to think about it, yeah, what you want to do. That's what you want to do. You want to, you want to, yeah, so. Okay, y'all, so like I was saying, he wants to get a couple of these, or a few of these saplings off this slope right here. Okay, so which of these saplings are you wanting to get? Can you reach any of them with that?
Probably.
Because if you can grab the top of it, man, I can
that one, that magnolia tree, that little one there, basically all of them that are about that size. So I see.
Man, if you could grab that one,
2,
right? Yeah.
3, 4, 5, and then these 3 over here.
That bunch right there,
that might need to be.
That little cluster?
Yeah, with the little magnolia. Actually, there's 4. There's 2 oaks, a little magnolia, and then there's one hiding behind that magnolia.
So you want both those trees? You want that whole little glob?
That whole little cluster right there.
The two bigger trees, and then the junk in the middle.
The magnolia, and then look, there's a little bit
of that junk in the middle,
hiding behind the magnolia.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Because and then, you know, not today, but one day, come out and cut these branches off of this tall tree right here, because I want to be able to look out my window
And see.
because right now I can't, because all the way.
Yeah.
Beautification.
Yeah, I'm with it. But do you think that, like, this one right here is the only one that looks kind of, you know?
I could probably reach it. Yeah,
I mean, if you could just grab it with the thumb as high as you can, and then me cut it as high as I can, and you just back up with it.
I don't think I can grab it. I think I just put some pressure on it. But yeah, let's do that.
Well, so tell my channel how much it costs to rent that.
Well, I got a good deal on it, because they were supposed to deliver it Friday morning, but their truck, their delivery truck broke down, so they had to get a third party to deliver it. And so it got here a little bit later in the day on Friday, so they gave me a deal. But for Friday to pick it up Monday morning, $750, about $800.
So $800 for the weekend, basically, and you don't have to haul it, or
Yep.
you don't have to put fuel in it either.
I'm pretty sure I don't.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'm gonna check the agreement.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he said don't need to put fuel.
But it's in closed cab too.
Yeah, enclosed cab, AC. It might have Bluetooth, but I didn't. But it's got a radio.
Yeah, that's the 35 horsepower.
This is the E35.
Now it weighs about 9,000 pounds, y'all.
Yeah, about 9,100 pounds. This flips and opens up.
But y'all see how that door right there opens up? Now why can't they make one for the skid steer? I mean, it shows you they have the capability of doing that. That's the only reason why I didn't buy a Bobcat. You know that? That's the only reason why I didn't buy a Bobcat.
Well, maybe they got them now, because I'm assuming that this one's pretty new.
Well, I'm talking about the whole door.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
you know.
okay. So you can get in.
Yeah. So you can run the machine with the door up. Imagine having to have that closed to run it.
Yeah.
Damn, dog. Yeah.
Flip this thing down to run it.
I bet this damn thing costs $100,000, man. Yeah, pretty nice. Yeah. So I had a guy come in the comments on the Kubota. You know, there's just haters all the time, and they were saying that, you know, the roll-up door, you know, if you're not supposed to run it with the door up, but you are. Now, of course, there is an inherent risk at leaving the door open. And you got to have some common sense, and they're assuming that you do. If you spend $80,000, $90,000 on a machine, that you probably got a little bit of common sense if you're the one that actually bought it. So obviously I wouldn't run my mulching cutter with this door up. I would not run my regular brush cutter with this door up. But like this right here, I'd raise the door. Talking to guys on the ground, like when we were getting those trees and stuff, that's critical. You know, as long as there's not a motorized moving thing on the front of the machine, you know, the door is made to come up. And one guy was saying that if he caught any of his guys going with the door up, you know, or open, the front door open, then he'd fire them anyway. Well, that's because he probably doesn't have a Kubota, and any of the, you know, a Bobcat or whatever, they have those the doors that open like this or like that. And anybody that's watched my channel for any period of time, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, the guy was, well, he was just hating because he ain't got no roll-up door, I think. But, you know, I don't know. He kept saying in the comments on one of the videos where, well, he kept saying that you're not supposed to ride with the door up. Well, then why do they make open cab machines? If that's the case, why do they make an open cab machine? I mean, I'm just curious. Just, yeah, I got time. Just, and why do they make it where you can take the doors off? If I had a Bobcat in closed cab, that's probably what I'd do, because I wouldn't, because you can't pick the bucket up, and you can't really run the machine with the door open. So Bobcat people take the door off. Well, you know, I don't want to take the door off. Why? I mean, why would I buy a machine, spend all that money only to take the door off, and then I don't have good, or put the door back on, when all Bobcat got to do is put some tracks up here, and bam, they're in the game. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this trailer up to the burn pile. I don't want to get my truck all down in here. There's a lot of brush, so we're gonna see if we can just yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I love the camera, man. So just a little tip on chainsaws, and I know there's a lot of people that know a lot more about saws than I do, but this is the Stihl 201T. It's an arborist saw. It will accommodate a 16-inch bar. I have a 12-inch bar on here to minimize drag, and it's what they call top handle. This saw, just the power head, I know a lot of people don't like to hear it, but it's about $800 for just the power head for the 201T. That don't include the bar. I like the 12-inch bars because, see, you can hold it like that and you can reach. You put a 16-inch bar on there or a 14-inch bar on there, well, it's a little uncomfortable to do that. But right now, I just hit the chain with my file, right? And this is the way I like to. This is how I like to sharpen the chains. I don't like to use any gadgets. I like to use my hand, and this, so I can still. So, but right here, that's a smidget too loose right there, y'all. So I'm gonna tighten that up because I don't want it binding or coming off. That's just a little bit. It don't need to be hardcore tight against the bar, but that's a little bit much. Just a little bit, man. So yeah. Y'all saw what I got done over here. I don't know how much good video I got, but you know, my son, I'm doing the best I can, man. So I needed to make some extra money this weekend, and I did. So yeah, you want somebody out here that wants to be out here, that actually needs to be out here, that needs a job, you know. I mean, I ain't stingy with the money, and I know Toby, that was, you know, that probably wasn't the main reason he left. I think that Toby was more concerned about what other things that came up since he's been out here. And, you know, me not ever really having anybody throughout the winter, I think Toby was worried about that. You know, I don't blame him. You know, it was gonna be a challenge. Gonna do it. I was gonna do it though, and you know, but now all I want to do is what, y'all? Is just get through the season. So, my guy over there at Green Acres, man, he's been doing a pretty good bit of videos. Big shout out to Green Acres over there. He does a lot of the thinking like I think. Now I know that he's, you know, not as rough around the edges as I am, but he as far as how he does things and the way he's thinking, like with the guy that's not coming to work and coming to work and not coming to work, you know, back in the day you could just fire them. See, you can't really do that anymore, man. And I mean, you can, but you're always going to be struggling for help in this line of work. And see, he knows that. So that's why he's allowing that to go on. I allowed it to go on for years, you know. And the way it always ends up happening is I'll probably end up letting it continue to go on because, well, you got to have help out here. And I did offer Toby more money and everything. So I didn't, well, I offered him more money. I offered him more money if he'd just stay another month until the middle of September. Then it wouldn't be hard on me. Well, it'd be a little bit, but not bad. I could do things with one truck, and you know, the big part I'm going to have a problem with right now is anybody that we bring, anybody that I bring on. Well, they're not going to be able to do what Toby does as far as driving the truck and all, because, well, unless, you know, something that I don't see right now. But it's okay, man. You know, time's going to go by no matter if I'm out here cutting grass or sitting on the couch with Sweet Pea. It don't matter. So we're going to get this season and get our pocket all the way right. I'll just have to work a little longer, but to keep a little more of the money. So, you